Here's a little unboxing video for a new Elite FTS leg extension leg curl machine that is the prone model. It's their lower end because it's a little smaller and I don't have much space. As you can see on the crate, it looks like it takes up the entire gym. There is one problem with the packaging. It looks like something scraped it, but there's no tears in the material. So I'm just gonna clean it and leave it alone. I'm gonna wear it out over the next 20 years anyways, so I don't think it matters that much. All right. It's not actually as big as it looks while it's on the pallet. It's locked in here pretty good. It's bolted down. All right. Just to give an idea how they packaged this. So everything was covered. They have it bolted down to the pallet, and there's a border all the way around it. You can see here that all the hand grips are coated with this rubber. The padding is kind of this grippy padding, which I selected on purpose. Sort of reminds me a little bit of the Rep Fitness flat bench, their higher end flat bench material. Everything is adjustable, so you can hopefully, yeah, so it's gonna take two hands, I guess, most of the time to slide this back and forth. Band peg here for, adding bands, which I do have. Nice logo there. Again, I agree with Coop. This is a sticker, but it's their lower end model, so I'm okay. And for the lower end model, this is really nicely made. I mean, the welds are decent. The material is solid. Everything is, tubing, 2-inch tubing and some nice thicker, maybe 1/2 inch or 3/8 steel. I'm sure there's a specific amount. There's bearings. There's bearing in the material, or in the hinge here. So there's a bumper. They've thought of everything. So this is for their lower end machine. I'm pretty impressed. And their lower end machine is not cheap, but my assumption is I'm gonna buy this one time in my lifetime and I'm never gonna buy another one. And it might as well be everything I want it to be, or pretty close. I can feel it. There's a washer underneath. It just hasn't fallen out yet. It'll probably fall out when I move the pallet. So it should be free now. Yes. And it feels pretty substantial. It feels pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. Looks like the center point is right in there somewhere, right about in where the seat is. Center of mass with it unweighted. will it stand on its end up against the wall? And will this stay up? Only if I put bands on it. So this is going to be, it's going to take up that much space right there. Or if I can stand it up, against the wall, like this, it'll be up out of the way. All right, I'm impressed. Thank you, Elite FTS, and all your team of builders, because I know y'all are the ones that actually create these things. Thank you. I thank you. I thank you. This will get used. Just wiped off the section where the plywood had been torn, and this material is so durable that whatever hit it didn't damage it. Your guess is as good as mine what hit it, but it didn't damage it. I think this stuff is going to last a long time, and it's a nice enough piece of equipment that if it wears out, it's actually worth repadding at some point, painting it or repadding it. It's just a nice piece of equipment. I'm quite happy. I did look at their more expensive one, but I have a space issue. So here you can see the whole thing in the frame, all right? Lots of packaging to get rid of, but that's gonna be a big centerpiece for quads and hamstrings. And maybe even some rows. Like I probably could use this for some back work a little bit. You know, my hands don't touch really. You know, you can even use the bands. I bet I can use the bands for back work. Let's see here. Couple of mini bands. So these are truly first impressions, right? Never used this thing before. Couple of mini bands. Also Elite FTS, you know, throw some appreciation in the direction of the locals that make cool stuff. They're making a high-end product that is built to last, durable. All right, first impressions. Leg extensions. Oh, it's so nice. This is a little long for me. This can handle a very large individual. This is not as low as it'll go. It will go lower, but of course you've got to take the bands off in order to adjust it. Let's take the bands off, adjust it. There we go. So that's off. So you definitely don't want to slide it off the end, because once you do, it's an issue. All right. But so there should be a stop. That's one criticism there, right? It'd be a good idea to have a stop there, so that it can't fall off the end. That's without the bands at all. You can actually, you can actually help yourself grab a hold of this thing and pull a little bit, sure. Legs get tired, which I will find out. I will do what I can to make my legs tired on this thing. At least once a week in the beginning. And then eventually twice a week. See how much of this stuff I can tolerate. This little squat. Oh, just one mini band for me, because this is a new movement, is going to be plenty. Two mini bands. That's actually two mini bands. Let's see with one mini band. I actually do drop sets with bands. How awesome is that? Oh, this is going to be a completely new stimulus. Very good. First impressions are very good. First impressions are really good. You just saw me unbox it, check it out, play with it for the first time, and I'm happy. Thank you, Elite FTS, and your team of designers and fabricators. Right above this wrench, you can see that there's these two pieces of material and some cables. That is a piece of garbage called a Titan functional trainer, or Titan plate-loaded functional trainer. I don't know what it's called. I know that I used it a little bit after surgery and it was okay, but it's gotta go. It's just not good enough. This is gonna be in its place. I don't know if that's going to screw up the way the painting looks or not. It's pretty, the painting from this distance is fairly impressionistic anyways, so I don't know that it will. It's not in the way of people getting in and out of the door. That was the whole point. That's why I got the smaller one rather than the big, elaborate, gorgeous one with all kinds of other adjustments. This is the nicest one I felt I could fit in this space. And it looks like it's just the right size. All right, now I gotta clean up my mess, figure out what to do with this thing. If anybody wants a Titan Fitness functional trainer, I'll give this one to you. Just come and get it. Here's that washer that I knew had fallen, it's been stuck to the bottom of the pallet, and it did fall off as soon as I moved the pallet, so I didn't even lose that. Put that back on the nut. Good measure. Keep all your parts somebody sends you a nice set of nuts and washers, nut bolt and washers, a pair of them, just keep them. You never know when you might use that. That's a very professional piece of equipment right there. It's nice to be on. The padding is nice. It's very smooth. There's no wobble or wiggle. The band pegs are really professionally machined. Very impressed. Very happy with it. It's going to be in my gym forever. So I had to buy something that I thought belonged here. And this does.